Jeff, Zach, thanks for joining me.
Hi,
Hey,
Steve.
Steve.
Hey, we are talking about 21st century real estate building. We are talking about 3D printing today. Specifically, came across an article on how a Walmart supercenter did a new expansion using a lot of 3D printed technology to put the building up. For those not familiar, 3D printing is additive technology. So rather than having like detractive technology where you have a piece of wood or whatever, and you take parts of it out to create a window. Additive is you have a machine that puts in layers and it never puts in a layer for where the window is or where another feature is. You're pretty much depositing specially built material on specially built machines to kind of layer by layer build up a structure. The Walmart story is kind of a mixed bag. They had some growing pains with it, but they ultimately said it worked out well enough on the facility that they're going to give it a try again as they're trying to see if this technology can have the promise of fulfill the promise of get putting buildings up for less. Some of your thoughts on changing the way we put buildings up fundamentally, maybe for the first time in quite a while.
Well, I've been seeing this a bunch. It's all over social media and see articles on it all the time. It's interesting because machines can run 24 hours a day, so you can do things a lot faster and your labor cost is going to go down. However, it needs to do some growing up because the finished product is very specific in how it looks, and you've got to like that specific look. And until you can kind of get a matching material to construction that we know or that we like, such as smooth drywall, paintable surfaces, etc., it's got some growing to do. The other side is it's very specialized equipment, which is also expensive, and specialized material, which is also expensive. So what you're saving in labor, you're spending in material, your cost differential is pretty close. I know that over time it will get less expensive. So I think it has some legs, it has room to run. But I think from now until that time, the you said it best, growing pains.
Yeah, I mean, I would add it is a specific design that some people don't mind, and then other people's just absolutely hate. But I think that's just something that's no dissimilar than taking a cinder block building and building it up, and then plastering the outside so that or stuccoing the outside, excuse me, so it
Right.
has a more slick or defined finish that the average person likes. Growing pains or not, I think the idea that that this is going to be a growing trend is I've seen it in residential applications. I've seen it in a bunch of different places like Zach mentioned, but I think the reality is actually really the main point that Zach laid out is this machine can go 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you guys. I mean, it'd probably be better video if I was telling you, screaming at you, you're all wrong. You're completely missing it. But
Screw
on a
you.
yeah, on a short-term basis, I have very little expectations for this technology. On a long-term basis, yeah, I'm super excited. You stretch this out long enough as the machines get better, the materials technology especially gets better, and when we are making big advances in materials technology, you might need to give it more than a few months. But you start stretching that stuff out for years, certainly decades.
Yeah.
And I would also add, along with the promise of you can run the machines constantly, can lower the costs. If you develop good enough materials and good enough machines, and I think we will one day, you start getting to the point where you can do some really interesting designs when you're doing things by layer and doing a machine where you can kind of design with the program. You no
Mhm.
longer are just kind of limited to really simple form factors like a regular houses. It
That's
really
right.
kind of opens up the possibility for doing some just amazing structures, some amazing levels of complexity at a very low cost if you can get this going. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, right
Well,
now,
you
yeah,
missed the other side of it too. This is more of a poured concrete style, which typically is stronger and lasts longer than just the typical cinder block. So I think it is to some degree a game changer. As long as it is formatted correctly. So we'll see. There'll be growing pains for sure.
Well, there's one point that I can just thinking about, and I realize that we all missed. You can 3D print anything.
Oh, for sure.
So, well, think about that. I can print the structure. I could print the plumbing. I could print the electrical wires, the HVAC. I can print potentially the windows and the glass. When you're talking about building it in layers, I could actually build the entire structure at the same time, all of the trades. And you're getting a more seamless house because it is so precise. You know, it's going to be tighter. You're going to have less leakage. You can have more energy efficiency. So, you know,
Well, it'll add to the architecture and
yeah,
design, design businesses. I mean, it'll be an absolute game changer for them.
yeah. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's fascinating.
yeah, I think when you look at the promise and potential of this technology, it's hard not to be a fan. It's hard not to see at some point in our lifetimes this being a thing and this being a thing that really could be a complete game changer to the industry. On a shorter term basis, we go back to all this stuff. A lot of growing pains, a lot of teeth to be cut, and it's almost like this is like Kitty Hawk. I mean, right now, this is not a 747 right now or a moon landing right now. This is like infancy of this technology, and just at this point, we're trying to get it off the ground and have it not, come back and crash. Um, but exciting stuff, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, hey, give us some comments. Let us know what we're missing in additive manufacturing, 3D manufacturing in this. Click like, give us a thumbs up. Visit our website, selectfincap.com, register for our free weekly newsletter on real estate, and get looks at exclusive commercial real estate investment opportunities. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Dave.
Steve.